Welcome to this episode of AfricanPod. My name is Philip Nyakbo. You're about to meet a politician who says most African politicians are incompetent, greedy, and selfish. Kofi Wayo from Ghana is a politician. He differentiates himself by the fact that he spent most of his life in the United States and became self-sufficient by making a lot of money as an international businessman. He attacks other politicians like no other and claims common sense is the one thing lacking among African leaders. As fresh as this interview sounds, it was conducted in December 2001, that is 15 years ago. Perhaps the one thing you can take away from this interview is that the more things change, the more they remain the same.
Mr. Kofi Wayo,
Yes.
Why do you think people are fascinated by your views on issues?
Because I tell the truth. The truth hurts sometimes. You see, we live in a country where, because the way the white men have conditioned our fathers and our grandfathers and our great-grandfathers, we look at each other as animals. And that's wrong. We got to learn that we're human beings. And we have a right from God, not a privilege, a right to live and to live a decent life above animals. Do you understand what I'm saying? We are not here to be living and begging and kowtowing to white people. Oh, bro, sky, yanko beg. What do you say, beg? Sre, right?
Yeah.
I'm learning the language real fast because yanko sre bribi ma obroni ho abrofo on one scanu or sky if you say juma wahu and or drink. They think. And we should do the same. We got everything. You understand?
Yes,
That's why you might
Kofi.
think my opinions are harsh. Because I want my people to rise up, to live a better life. And it's going to take toughness and harshness to get them there.
And Kofi, I'll be interested in what informs your views.
The conditions. I mean, how can you even ask a question like that? If you travel, you see that when you come back, if you go to, let's say, America, Germany, France, and you come back, you'll be shocked the way our people live. Do you know that? Let me give you a story. The people of Takoradi, listen to me, okay? Listen to what is happening to our people. And I know my people. I know my Ghanaian people. I know you're good people. I know you're God-fearing people. I know that. Okay? Don't mind those politicians who lie all the time. I know my people are not liars. Ghanaians are not liars. They fear God. Now, let me tell you this story, and then you'll know why I fight so hard. A young boy, his name is Emmanuel Mensah, 4 years old. Ghanaians, listen to this story. 4 years old. He went to school, like all young kids love to go to school. When he went, his mother couldn't pay 30,000 cedis, right? So the teacher sent little Emmanuel Mensah home, 4 years old. Any 4-year-old, they will play. It's it's the law of nature. Kid coming from home by himself. He was run over by an urban truck. Killed the boy. The urban truck went over his head, right? Crushed his head. The brains were coming out. You understand? And there was a lot of noise in the area. In Labadi. And the woman selling the market, Mrs. Mensah, okay? She heard this noise. She went there to see what's happening. She looked, and that was her son that was dead. That woman rushed, grabbed her little boy, little Emmanuel Mensah, and she picked the brains from the ground and put it back in the boy's head. You understand? And put the cap back on, and she was just there holding the boy, saying, Ima, Ima, Ima. I don't know the language, but when I ask for interpretation, it's like, Ima, please come back to life. Get up. Ima, please. Oh, for every mother there, I'm asking you, imagine this situation. A boy, just because of 30,000 CD, they send him from school, and the teacher is still in that school. The headmaster is there. Nobody has arrested them at all. Ghanaians, are this the way we are supposed to live? Is this the way you as a human being are supposed to live? To allow your fellow human being to just die? The Minister of Education is there. He doesn't do anything about it. What's his name? Amiyawi Kumfi or whatever his name is. He doesn't do anything about this. This boy is dead. And Ghanaians, let me tell you about the insult about this whole thing. Little Ima is dead and gone. Ghana failed him. Do you understand? when I think about it, I feel like crying. Sad. It makes me want to cry. After he died, do you know the school came and donated 40,000 CD to bury the kid? You killed the kid for 30,000. Then you give 40,000.
Well, that's certainly a sad story.
What kind of country are we in?
Yeah.
Why? And nobody's been arrested.
Yeah.
I have shouted and shouted. Ghanaians, let me tell you, this is your situation. That's why I'm so harsh.
Kofi, now you say that don't mind those politicians, right?
Because they just lie.
Okay, but many people think that you're a politician. What makes you different from the politician?
Listen, in everything there is a negative and a positive. I am a positive politician. I care for my people, and I mean it. Do you understand? I don't have any power here, but I use my own money and I help people. I'm sure you hear about it all the time. Okay, I pay school fees for 700 children. My own family members, 99% of them were not in school before I came. I'm putting most of them, all of them, just about through school. Do you understand? I don't have to do this to people. I give operations. Every day people come with all kind of problems. I help. Any of these people ruling you that they're taking your tax money, ask them what have they done for their people before they got in power. Have they? So the man who's going to be a leader. Ashantis have a saying, se kwatrikwa se obemawo ntama tieni ding. You understand? And you keep electing kwatrikwas, and they keep stealing from you, and they keep stealing and stealing, giving you heavy English you don't even understand. Ghanaians, I'm telling you, now you know that you can use your thumb to overthrow a government. We don't need messiahs. We don't need military vultures who come with guns to come and rule us. But you elected Kufuor. Okay, even if he's a bad president.
Yeah, before we go into that area,
we must try
Kofi,
to let him go 4 years.
You say you are kind, and in fact, the media does, say it. When you give kindly to other people. What motivates you to give to people who are in need? Is it simply because you are rich?
No. When you're rich, you know what that means to be rich, huh? When you get up in the morning, you can see your mother, your father, or you can have a friend. And you eat 3 meals a day. Now that's being rich. You understand? Money doesn't mean anything if you don't have a good heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't like talking about. See, in America, I grew up in America. You don't talk about your money. You don't talk about money. Now, if you keep talking about it, the taxman will take it off from you anyway. So you see, that's why in America we're afraid to talk about money. Only poor people talk about money. We don't. When you ask me if I have money, I'll say no. Because I know if I say yes,
why are you kind? Why do you extend kindness to other people?
Because I come from the Mobrowa. Most of my people are Mobrowa. You know Mobrowa? Do you know what Mobrowa is?
You tell me.
Well, the poor people. My mother sold ice water. Okay, I sold ice water when I was 6 years old, and I sold ice kinky. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. This is what we sold. So. Some people, they forget their people. Me, I believe in God, you see. So I cannot, just because I have some small money, I cannot forget that I come from the Mobrowa. They're my people. And I have to make them rise up, to send them to a better height. Because I'm from them, and I was able to do something better for myself. So I know that they also have the capability like me, because I'm one of them. So if I help to create the right environment for them, they also will come up. You understand? Okay.
Yes. So, now your government, NPP, is in power. You tell me what you think about this government so far. It's
it's been very slow, and I'm very disappointed in many, many ways. In other ways, I'm not. At least I know the soldiers don't go around beating up people at night anymore. Do they? Do they do anything like that here anymore? Okay. So that's one change. The tolerance. Sometimes I think it's ridiculous as far as they go. It's too tolerant. Criminals should be arrested. What I mean by criminals, ministers who have stolen money, the probe should not be set up. These are just common thieves. Police should arrest them, lock them up just like any other thief, and send them to court. Why spend so much money because they are ministers to have probes? Probe is another word of let's hide and share the money. You see, that's African English. They will say probe. The truth about probes is, in Nkrumah's time, they set up over 150 probes. Nothing came out of it, right? Korobeduse was still rich. Kojo Bocho was rich. All of them, they built houses with your money, with the taxpayers' money, the Mobrowa people's money. Do you understand? In Africa, you get into politics to make money, not to help your people. And we have to change that mentality. So next time, election, don't vote request. Vote for somebody who have done something for himself first. Do you understand? If you take a poor man into a bank, he will steal the money. Don't you know that? Because he needs the money, right? But if a man who has his own something, he will not steal the money. So MPP, we're doing good in some way, and some ways we're doing very bad.
Now, in what ways are you doing bad?
Well, the economy, they don't know how to manage it. They won't listen to me. Okay, Kofi Wayo, he's got his own gang. I am an outsider. You understand? We used to be together all the time during the elections. But now after the election, Africans, the moment they get power, I have to go there and wait, and I don't want to wait. I'm not interested. I'm not looking for anything. I came here to fight for the freedom of my people. I don't need any contract or anything. All I want is my Mobrowa people to get something for themselves. That's all. So for me to go to some minister's office to sit down for 1 hour, to me that's a bunkers. I don't care. I have gone with my own money. I've got a loan for the Minister of Education, $140 million. But because there's nothing in there for them to chop, and me, I'm there, so they won't be able to take any bribe. They don't want to work on it. You understand? I got some money for the police. They don't want to work on it. So I'm not the president, So I'm doing just the best I can. That's all. I can do only my best. And I love my people, and I love God, because my mother was so poor, she had to get up at 3 a.m. when I was a kid. I remember that. Just like all these Mobrowa people here, like the farmers. My father was part-time farmer. He had to get up at 3. My mother walked to Koligono to go and buy ice blocks to come and make ice kinky to sell. Do you understand? So I know what poverty is. You understand? So I know the suffering of the people. I feel it in my bones because I know it, and I'll fight it. I'm prepared to die for it. It'd be the greatest cause to die for, and I hope they will give me their support. That's all I'm asking for. We are not doing good in the schools. I'll show you something, huh?
Yes.
Can I tell you about the schools?
Yes, yes. You tell me if you believe it's an area in which the government is failing or has not made the right impact.
I just found out that the Minister of Education was the Director of Education before. So since he has been there, he didn't do nothing. I don't think much will be done now. Because, if you don't know something, you don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So, you see, what they're doing in the schools is actually extorting money from the students. The whole government that was set up by the Rawlings administration was based on extortion. You see what I'm saying? For example, you go to school, and I have made my research. Look what they make the children pay. They make them pay things like boarding fees, $280,000, government textbook tax. Why does government have to tax them for the textbook? I don't understand it. $20,000, electricity and water, $21,000. Why all this? Exam fees, SSE, whatever. Maintenance of building. Why a student have to worry about maintenance of building? When the government, that's their obligation, because they collect taxes from the people. Okay, stationery, $7,000. Science material fees, $7,500. SRC dues, I don't know what that means, $3,000. Sports fee, $9,000. Medical fee, $4,000. Library fee, $7,000. Entertainment fee. Why does a student have to be entertained? This whole thing look ridiculous. Okay, computer levy, $30,000. Sanitation environment, $7,000. What does that mean? Huh? Postage fee, $2,000. Is it by force for the child to? I don't understand it. Examination materials, $18,000. What are those materials? Let me finish. Clinic bill, $3,000. Practical material fee, what does that mean? $18,000. Maintenance of machines and equipment, $15,000. Tools user fee. I mean, this is robbery. These people are thieves, Kofi, and the government should arrest them.
Isn't it possible that you haven't really gone in to understand why those charges?
I do. I talked to the Minister of Education, and he agreed with me. But he doesn't know any better himself. So he went and changed it a little bit. But it still doesn't make sense. This is what he gave me. After I complained about this so much, Finally, I was able to corner him. You see, most time they dodge me. They're afraid of me. You know, they'll say, "Hey, or they'll tell you they have the president have just called them. They have to go to a meeting. It's all a lie. Okay, they don't want to do anything for the people. So he changed it a little bit. This was in page 4 of the daily graphic of Friday, September 21st, 2001. Okay, they changed it now. They said admission fee paid once only, feeding fee. It still don't make sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? It shows you that he doesn't know what he's doing, and he should be fired. But in America, you'll be fired. We're used to firing and hiring. You can't do the job. We keep firing till we. That's what I expected my party to do. Do you understand?
But still with Kofi Wayo now. Well, so Kofi, we'll continue from looking at what the government is doing so far. Now, Kofi, at the beginning of the year, when the president decided that Ghana goes HIPIC because he believes Ghana is HIPIC,
I was supposed to HIPIC.
You criticized it. Are you still?
Yes. Look here. What surprises me? See, the Minister of Finance now, Mafo Safo. Same thing. You know, what's the difference? You know, he was supposed to it. But then all of a sudden, because he likes his job, you know, see, when you're hungry, you go along with anything. You understand? HIPIC is going to do damages. You wait. See, the World Bank man, Peter Harold, I don't know why my president listens to him. He feels like they have to, I guess. This is the same man who was praising NDC that they're doing well. Remember that? Ghanaians, are we... I don't know if people think we're stupid, but I know my people, Ghanaians, are not stupid because you proved December 8th. And in fact, I think 2 days ago was the anniversary. Do you notice that nobody said anything about it? It was a great day in the history of NPP, but nobody said anything about it. But me, I stayed on my bed and I prayed to Onyankopon. I thank Yasantoa. I thank Osei Tutu. I told, those are our ancestors. I told them, I said, we fought the battle in your name. You understand? So we hope that you will help us. You know, I said my prayers.
Yeah, but
we didn't say any prayers.
Regarding the HIPIC, right?
Yes.
A great many people believe that it is beneficial so far.
Yeah,
do you think so?
Because they're sycophants. Let me ask you something. I'm a businessman. Then I go into court and declare myself bankrupt. Then I come to you to get money. Would you give me money? Would you do business with me again? Yes or no? Well, I raise the case. We have no right to depend on anybody for our living. Nobody owes us a living. God gave us everything here. We got gold, we got diamonds, we got manganese, we got bauxite, we got cocoa. You name it, we have it. England don't have 1,000 of what we have.
But Kofi, as you know and have been saying, right, through mismanagement,
yes,
Ghana came to a point.
Get the right people. Yeah. All we need is the right leader, and believe me, I guarantee you, in less than 8 months, you will see the progress Ghanaians will make. The right leader. The right leader. Everything takes the right leader. Let me give you an example. In 1925 in Germany, right? These are white people. The white people, they make you to believe that they can do something for you. They were so poor, the mark, the German mark, went from, I think, 3 marks to $1 to 1 billion marks to $1. Do you understand? Our city is only how much? 7,000.
7,000.
But in their case, it was 1 billion or 6 billion to $1. To $1. To go and buy just a loaf of bread in Germany in 1925, you have to take a wheelbarrow full of money. You understand? What they had no jobs. 7 million of them were out of work. Do you understand? They had no hospitalization. They were dying like flies. One man, Hitler, came, right? He didn't even have education. He went to school, I think, for 6 years, 7 years, right? He didn't have anything, no money, no nothing. He slept in people who failed their home. You know, we call it soup kitchens. Okay, in the Mannheim in Germany. Now, for some reason, God took mercy on those people and they maneuvered Hitler into power. Now, I'm not praising Hitler, don't get me wrong. He did bad things, like killing the Jews. But within 3 years, you saw what Germany did? He came in 1933. By 1936, all the 7 million Germans were employed, right? By 1936. By 1939, he had built a military strong enough to face the whole world. Just in 6 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? His first 8 months in office, he was able to employ 900,000 people. Now, I gave a promise that I'll create 750,000 jobs during the campaign. It's there, but they won't listen to me because they are not interested in the welfare of the people.
What are those jobs, Kofi? What are those jobs?
One, I researched the system before the campaign, okay, and in the governmental system in the country, alone you can find between 800 to a million jobs in the system. If you check the system, it's there. The jobs are there. But because nobody cares to look at home, everybody's looking over.
Kofi, on the other hand, people believe that there are too many people employed in the government sector already.
No. I'm talking about industry, the small industries. Okay? Now, you got a minute. Let me explain this to you. Can I explain this in the banking system?
Go on.
Why the situation is the way we are. Okay, see, let me tell you the beautiful thing about MPP, though. We have some great minds in there. They just don't have the power yet. Okay?
Like?
Oh, we got Jacob Biche-Bilante.
He's got the power. He's the presidential advisor.
Yeah, but see, in African government system, I know African government system. You see, you could be a minister, but they all go to the president. It's not like America where a minister takes his own initiative. I'm sure they can, but because of the training, they don't. So they by doing that, they force the leader to become a dictator because everybody kowtows. But Jake, he had his own money before he came in the government, and he listens. He cares about the Ghanaians. Every minute I go to Jake, he will see me. Okay, our new chief of staff, Piani, he's also the same. When I go in, he will see me. Bawiredu, I don't go see him, but I like the man. He's a brilliant man. Kwabena Japan, I can go see him 2 a.m. He's a brilliant young man. Do you understand? So we have some beautiful brains. There are too many of them for me to mention, okay?
Okay.
So I have hope. The MPP, there's so much hope. You understand what I'm saying? So I am hopeful. But meanwhile, our people are dying. But let me tell you why. First of all, in the Ministry of Finance, they don't even know our GDP or the growth rate of the GDP. They don't know. I am a businessman. I'm an international businessman. When you come and you tell people that inflation is down by 10%, I tell the businessman, what does that mean? Would that help me to make more profit? Would my taxes go down? When I borrow money, would it go down? But you come and tell the people that inflation has gone down, but borrowing still stays high. It doesn't make sense. No businessman in his right mind would tell you, and they'll tell you there's a stability. The question you should ask them is this: Is it attained at the expense of growth? Because we're not growing. The economy is not growing. It's shrinking. People are laying off. People I know, I got some investment in small factories, and it's all going to bunkers. Banks don't have the incentive, to be, innovative because the banks, they're not banks. They're susu houses. There is no banking in Ghana. All they do is take your money and buy government treasury bills. They sell the money to the government, and they get 40%. You understand? So when they get that 40%, they don't need to go and loan money to you to do business. At the end of the year, they declare billions in profit. They buy cars for their girlfriends. They buy cars for themselves. Social Security Bank, they pay $260 million each to the directors. You understand what I'm saying? This is what's happening. It's slavery, okay? See, when industry cannot borrow, they can't grow. And if government debt is being built up at an unnecessary high rate, okay, then government doesn't have to pay. I think the way we are, since we came to power, the government have done well in terms of fiscal policy a little bit. Do you understand? So by now, I am calculating as a businessman, our inflation, the government should be borrowing and paying only about 15%. Do you understand? I can explain it, but the average person don't understand it. So
yes. So Kofi, with this, are you saying that the stabilization of the CD is artificial, has been alleged by some?
It is artificial.
Why is it artificial?
Because one, you don't have an industrial base to support that. Do we make dollars? Do we print dollars? Okay. So how? Okay, let me give you a very good example. You say you are going to plant cassava, right? You're going to plant cassava. But you were in a plane and you have no landing gear, so you can't land. Where are you going to plant the cassava? Tell me. Where are you going to plant the cassava? Now, see, because of the way the situation is, it threatens local industry, which cannot borrow at exorbitant rates and remain competitive. Well, to the average person, they cannot borrow money because if the money is too expensive to borrow. So if you borrow money and you make something with it, you cannot sell it because it will be too expensive, because what you are going to make, somebody in Taiwan, he's borrowing money at 4%. You understand? And his electricity is only 2 cents per kilowatt hour. So he will make, let's say you want to make a flask. Your flask will cost about 20,000. His flask will cost about 1,200 cedis. So which flask would you buy? You buy the one for 1,200 cedis. So the Ghanaian industry cannot compete. Period. That's, how do you say? Asem asa.
And
Okay.
and Kofi, the president has declared a period of golden age of business. Do you believe in it? Can it work? Is it working?
Well, I haven't seen anything that will say golden age of business. But see, in Africa, when people speak, Kufuor is a very nice guy. You know that he's a hard man for you to hate. You don't know him. Have you been with him before? He's the kind of guy you like to sit down and talk. Pleasant smile, very gentle man. But he's too gentle, you see. So me, I'm a scrapper. I'm from the Moboroa. I have to struggle. So he is not that kind of guy. So being nice is nice, but when people are dying, when they have no jobs, when the schools are in you have to put the niceness apart, take the suit off, and get down there on your knees and let's fight. Let's get the situation done. This is my stance. Okay, I'm not into this academic with the heavy English, the palatability of the globalization of the macroeconomic stability. The average Ghanaian don't understand that.
But that's exactly where I'm coming from.
Yes.
Again. There is he has also declared zero tolerance for corruption. Are you seeing it?
Well, I don't see it that much. If there's zero tolerance for corruption, well, the question is the president getting the right information on the ground? The problem with most African leaders, when they become president, they forget reality. They surround themselves with their friends, the sycophants, the hungry people who just want to eat. So they feed him the wrong information. You see, I'm not interested in going to the president most of the time because, I'm not looking for anything. All I want is my people to have something, and God has given us everything. So if Kufuor wants to surround himself with his friends, fine. 4 years will roll around. If nothing is done for the Ghanaians are not stupid, you know that.
Right. So
yes,
are you seeing?
They'll vote the government
are you
out.
seeing any signs in the system that corruption is being brought under control?
I don't even think we've started tackling it yet. There are a lot of NDC people running around with millions of dollars in their bank accounts. Nobody have arrested them.
The NDC, which is in the past, aside. I mean, currently,
Well,
right now,
you have to-
the way government is running.
The past will dictate what you do in the future. Don't you know that? So if my government is not corrupt, we must be vigorous in arresting those who are corrupt. So, well, let me tell you another thing. My feeling is this, from what I know of Kufuor. I got a feeling a lot of these ministers, he gave them the jobs because he owe a political debt. And he's given them enough.
What do you mean by political
Well,
debt?
they've been out of power for a long time, and a lot of them were broke and stuff like that. So, he have allegiance to these people, I guess. And he's giving them a rope to hang themselves. So I am hoping that in the next month or 2 or 3, Kufuor will show the kind of Kufuor I thought could be. So let's wait after Christmas. Let's see what happens. Let's give him a few more months.
You believe it's possible he's going to fire some ministers?
Yes. Well, unless the Kufuor I know is a fake one. I don't know. And I keep praying that I hope it's not. I hope it's not just another African president. Because, I've been with over 77 African presidents, and it's a terrible thing. It's nothing to be proud of.
Do you think the people surrounding him, some of them,
Yes.
are sycophants, like you said?
Oh, I know that. That I know for sure. It's an African problem. Remember when Nkrumah became president, some chief, I don't want to mention his name, in the book, said to him, Seseyidie, Wakum Osunu, Obiara Obedidi. Huh? You have killed an elephant. Now we can all eat. See, he didn't see that getting independence is the beginning of a life for us, for our nation, right? To work hard on our own, to make a living for ourselves. He didn't see it that way.
Why do you believe some of the president's men make sycophants?
Because they should tell him the facts on the ground. We inherited a disaster, you know that. What we inherited was worse than Hiroshima. Do you understand? The people are poor. You know, the NDC took all the money, you know, construction. Well, they did also some good, but the price that it cost to do what they did is too expensive. The Ghanaian people couldn't bear that. Okay, so the destruction was massive. But you see, Rollins always told you people, I don't know economics, I don't know law. You know, I know only when I'm hungry. And he put people that he thought would do the job, but they hijacked him. Say, I've been reading Rollins' speeches, and when you read those speeches, the man means very well, but he got hijacked. So the question is, would Kufuor allow himself to be hijacked? And you have to face the people 4 years from now. I've talked to some other people, and they'll say, oh, 4 years come, they get us out of power. We don't care. We would have made our money. I have heard that, and it's shocking. Do you understand what I'm saying? But the people of Ghana, they have to understand that they have rights. And their rights is that they have a right to life. They have a right to 3 square meals a day. They have a right to their children's education. Government must make a law right away that every child from 6 to 18 will go to school free, instead of using the money to buy Pajeros, to buy Land Cruisers, to try to look, they say, to look presidential. To me, looking presidential is your people have 3 meals a day. They're able to pay their school fees. The children have shoes on their feet. Do you understand? On Sunday, Kwesi Manu and Mami Kwesi Manu can dress up nicely and go to church. You understand? And maybe have a chicken once a week. Now, you can go around the world strutting and say, yes, I'm president, because people will know you're somebody.
Kofi Wayo, does the president travel too often?
I think so, you know, but... you know, there's nothing out there. See, I don't understand them, to be frank with you. I don't understand the culture. There's nothing there to go and get. The white man is not going to give you nothing. You know that. Hey, they ruled us for over 100 years. What did they leave us? A few things, right? We have gold. If you sit at home, we organize ourselves. Let me show you even some way we can deal with our gold. Instead of giving it away, you know that 1 ounce of gold is $272. Do you know that? Just one small ounce. But 1 barrel of oil is $20 or $30, and it takes harder work to dig 1 barrel of oil than it is to dig 1 ounce of gold when you found the gold, right? Now, Ghana, Ashanti Goldfield alone, I think something like 3 million ounces a year or something, whatever, right? Now, 1 million ounces of gold will be 272 million, right? 80% of the gold produced in the world is used for jewelry, right? Why can't we get 100 Ghanaian or 200 Ghanaian goldsmiths, they call them, right? Jewelers. Do you understand? Get them a warehouse. Give them that gold. Let them make jewelry. You understand? Let's sell only 20% of the gold, because that goes to industry. The 80%, let's keep it ourselves, make jewelry, fill the warehouse, and go and advertise in America and England and Germany, where they have money, what we call disposable income. Our people don't have disposable income, because every penny goes into the mouth and stomach, right? And tell them, come to Ghana, the land of gold. There was so much gold. They called it the Gold Coast, where Queen Nefertiti came to buy her gold from Egypt. And you can buy gold jewelry of all kinds for 50% below the world price. If you come and you buy $10,000 worth of gold, you get 2 nights free in one of the best hotels. And instead of this 5-star hotels that Snit is taking your money, your father's money, and using it uselessly, let's take our mud and build nice huts and put air conditions in them. The white people will like that better, because in their country they got all these 5-star. We don't have any 5-star hotel. We don't even have 2-star hotel, because they just use the star. To get a star, you have to be examined by Michelin, and there will be a sign on the building said, this is approved by Michelin International. Show me any hotel in Ghana that have that sign on there. Huh? And then state transport, they'll come and tell you they won award. Go and look at the place. Who gave them that award? Because there's white people in Europe who set up fake awards, right? And these Africans, because they're, they're useless. They go and pay 5,000, 3,000 to get those awards, because they think our people are stupid. Well, people, let me tell you, Ghanaians are not stupid. We know state transport deserves no award. It's a useless organization. That's number one. The people running it don't know nothing. There's no managing director. There's damaging director. Do you understand? I see a lot of the buses in this heat. They pack my people in there, and you are charging them. Where are the air conditioned? Where are the engineers? Where are the mechanics? Why doesn't it work? And nobody challenges them. One day we will. You understand? So you have to understand that. You know, we have to make sure our people get what they deserve. Period. Or God is going to punish us when we die. And me, I prefer punishment from man. I don't want a punishment from God, because that's forever.
Kofi, let's look at reconciliation now. There's a lot of talk about reconciliation.
I don't believe in it. I would take the position of B.A. Mensah, my hero. You know, those are our fathers. You know that. This man, on his own, set up his company, right? It was taken from him. This is a very strong man, I'm telling you. The ordinary man would have died, what he went through. You know, I'm not saying he's perfect. Nobody's an angel. But I love Mr. B.A. Mensah. He's my predecessor. And we must respect those of our predecessors who achieved something. Okay? This reconciliation is a joke. It's just another way for the politicians to find some way to spend some more money for free. These people are common criminals. Arrest them. Do you understand? We don't want reconciliation. With what? Why should I reconcile? What have you done to me? All you have done is you have stolen the people's money. Bring it back. Is that too much to ask?
Apart from the alleged,
reconcile what?
Apart from the alleged stealings, right?
There's no alleged. We got enough evidence.
Right.
So
there were also human right abuses, right?
Arrest them for it. In America, you violate a human right, you'll be arrested. It's no big deal. It's just like a crime. If I walk into your house and steal and rob you, would they probe me? Would they probe me? No, they would arrest me, right? It's as simple as that. See, but because we find ways to spend the taxpayers' money, they want reconciliation. Then they will appoint chairman of the board. They would appoint Dasebri, Nana Noom, Papa Noom, Nifahini, Papa Hini, and with new Pajeros and new Land Cruisers, probe committee, and it's not necessary.
But
empower the police.
Yeah.
If you find out Mr. Kwame Pepra have misused government money, arrest him just like you arrest Kwame Yao Ansah, the common Mobrowa man who you say worked in the bank and he was making only 200,000 CD and you said he stole 400,000 CD. You arrest him and you lock him up. It's the same. Why should you treat this man different because he was a minister? A thief is a thief. In America, we don't care how big you are. When you're a thief, they even treat you worse because you're supposed to know better. When you arrest a poor man, you're supposed to treat him better because he doesn't know any better. But you're a minister, which means your intelligence is supposed to be above average. And you did something that is worse than the Mobrowa will do. So we should treat you even harsher.
So, Kofi, in South Africa, right, there was a reconciliation commission.
That's our problem. We always want to imitate people. South Africa is a different case altogether. It's a group of different race, oppress a different race. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that race is more powerful than the black race in South Africa. They had nuclear bombs. They could destroy them. So the Africans had no other choice but to have this reconciliation. It's either that or their ass will be gone, right? Because they don't have the education. They don't have nothing. It's not the case in Ghana. Do you understand? We're one people in Ghana. Ghana is one of the most homogeneous African countries, you know.
And Kofi, when you consider that some of these abuses took place under military regimes, right? Some of them,
so
right,
arrest them.
where it was impossible to arrest them
now it's possible.
because
now it's possible.
Okay.
MPP is a party of law. You visit our headquarters, right? You see our ancestors there. You know, Dankwa, Buzia. You know, they were not perfect. I have to accept that. But we have a history. Do you understand? And it's we the new breed now. See, in the MPP now, there's the old geezers and we the young members. Do you understand? The old people are controlling the government now. Okay, they're trying to keep some of it at bay because, you know, we're tough. We know what to do. But they are, their mind is in the 40s. Do you understand what I'm saying? They still believe white men will give us something. Well, we're going to get nothing. And I know that. Okay? Whatever we're going to get, our leader is the one who would get it from here. The Ghanaians are qualified. There are great Ghanaians. Do you know that? Let me tell you, there are Ghanaians. when President Kufuor talks about our development partners, I always argue about it with them. Our development partners are the Ghanaians who are living overseas. A white man is not our development partner. A white man will do nothing for you. When you see a white man here, he come to take something from you because he came here because he knows there's an opportunity. Okay, look, I've been all over the world. Everything I hear about Africa is the same. Okay, let me tell you something, okay? Ghanaians will tell you the president have to go overseas to get this. When Rawlings were doing it, we were lambasting him. Remember that? You remember that? Ghana is not ready to be marketed outside. It's a bad material. You cannot package a bad material to sell. You understand what I'm saying? If you take shit and you package it to sell, would you sell it? It smells. Look, a businessman don't need to talk to a president. They talk to another businessman. The white man knows what's here. They know we have no laws. They know there's bribery. They know there's corruption. They know our police are corrupt. They know everything is corrupt. They know that already. So why don't we stay home and fix it? Then we can go and market it. But government still is paying lip service to reform. We need massive reform. Do you understand? For example, let me give you a good example, okay? We duplicate everything. See, each government comes, they just want to have their little place to chop. For example, Ghana and I'll show you how the system wastes, why our people are so poor. Okay, our people don't need to be poor like they are. It's the fault of every government until now. And I'm hoping the MPP will change it. Okay? For example, Ghana have Export Promotion Council, right? Then they have Export Finance Company. Then they have Exim Guarantee Company. And now my government, they want to form Export Development and Investment Fund, and all these things they're all doing the same thing. You see? But that's a way to get your friend's job to chop the people's money. Because each one of them, they have to have their Pajeros, they have to have their Land Cruisers, they have to have their Passats, they have to have their secretaries, they have to have their typewriters. Then they can go, every week or two, they go to England. They come back, hey, Kwame Mabao, Mifa Abrochi, my FFAO. Oh, Abrochi, your FFAO. I hear them. And it's sad. While Mr. and Mrs. Manu, Mr. and Mrs. Ghana is in the farm, and the whole year they earn only 700 CDs, 700,000 CDs for a whole year. No, how much is that? No, for a whole year the average Ghanaian makes $360. That's how much I spend sometime in 1 hour. You understand? My people are being cheated. The Ghanaian, like in the whole of Africa, the big men just cheat and they keep cheating, and this time we're prepared for a fight.
All right. And earlier you said you are not for reconciliation. You prefer that those who abuse
people. Let's save money. The money that we save, when was it? 3 days ago, a girl called Miss Boadu, a 22 or so year old, died in the Kolibu hospital because the government officials refused to give money. Her mother brought 3 million CDs and she needed 8 million. Did you read about it? Yes. Isn't that sad? And the minister comes out to tell the public that whether we help her or not, she'll die anyway. Your job as a human being, nobody ever created a human being. You must do everything in your power to save that human, even if they got 5 minutes to live, to give them the human dignity, to respect your God. You spend every penny to make them live. We will not accept the death of our people in such a cavalier manner. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell Kufuor to fire the minister for making that statement. You can't.
Right. The NDC now is in the opposition. They have been in the opposition for about a year now. How are they doing, Kofi Wayo?
Look here. NDC inflicted terror on the Ghanaian people, and they will remember that. So I don't worry, but they're having a Congress, and I wish them the best of luck. To be frank, there are some nice people in the NDC, to be frank with you.
Like?
Oh, I like John Mahama. He's a very nice guy. I like Spew Garba in there. He's a little bit of an opportunist, but he's a very nice guy. You know what I'm saying? They got really nice guys, but young people too, like us. But they don't have the power. And I hope at their Congress, they would allow these young people to come forward. We need a very strong opposition. But see, in the MPP, we got the best brains, so we're not afraid.
No,
we'll bring them down, no problem.
So the NDC, has it been playing its constitutional role as an opposition party, putting the government on its toes to make sure it does the right things? Do you think they are up to it?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
They're not doing... well, listen, because they're not efficient. they have a lot of opportunities. We've opened ourselves to a lot of assault, but they haven't moved into attack. You see, so I don't worry about them. I won't be worried about. I'm worried about my party. I want my party to be the best. I want my party to be the first African party in the history of Africa that delivers to the people instead of just talk.
And now the MPs want $20,000 for the car. A lot of talk has gone about it. What's your opinion on it?
See, it's madness. So what I did was, we set up Prestige Motors now. Okay, we have brought cars. They can buy a car for $9,000. The best car that is suited for the African condition. You understand? So we put money in so that they can have $9,000 car. You don't go and buy a $20,000 car when you're telling the people that you're hippic. I feel sorry for the parliamentarians, but you see, they're in parliament and they're supposed to make the laws, and they're not making the right laws. They've been there for almost a year, right? The average young Ghanaian like you, our young boys, they can't get a room because they have to pay 2 to 12 years, right? Let's say even your room is $20,000 a month, right? In a year, how much is that? That's $240,000 in a year, right? You multiply that by 4, 240 times 240, right? 480, right? Okay, how many Ghanaians have 480,000 cash, to pay somebody or something like that? Huh? No, I mean 2 point something, 20,000 a month comes to 220,000, right? So that was 2,400,000. Do you have 2,400,000 saved to get a room? So it's a crime against our young people. Look, the young people are our future. Do you understand? Every effort must be made to make life livable for them so that they will grow out. For example, our student loans. As of now, right? Senate, they are owed 200 billion cedis in capital. They have no system to collect it. They are inefficient in SNIT. SNIT is a joke. They should abolish it. Okay? They should abolish it and do something better for the workers. 200 billion. Then now the Ghana Education Trust Fund have given them another 90 billion, and they don't have any facility to collect these loans back. But you see, you need a good system that meets the students' financial needs. You understand? Our students are very important. In fact, they're even more important than life itself. So students, you must make it possible for them to pay all required fees, so the schools are well resourced, so that the students can procure, maintain facilities. The school, you have to maintain and procure facilities for them. You have to pay the staff properly, and you create a nice environment for the children to study. Go to our universities. It's a disgrace. The books are antiquated. The library my library at home is 9,000 times better than the University of Ghana. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a horrible situation. And yet, with all this, all they do is have seminars. World Bank would tell them, let's have seminars on how mosquitoes get pregnant, seminars on how frogs get babies. Useless seminars. And we've been having this for 43 years, and we're suffering, Peter Harrow of World Bank told you NDC is doing great. NDC, the economy is moving, and all of a sudden when MPP came to power, they told us the economy has collapsed. And this same man is telling you now you're going to do all right. Are we stupid? Are we that stupid to believe this white man? Ghanaians. Okay.
Now, Kofi, let's go into the realm of the media in Ghana.
Yes.
As far as you're concerned, how is the media doing, electronic and print? How, in your view, is it doing?
Considering you guys don't have resources, considering you don't even have most of the education necessary, the competition, I think you're doing fantastic. It's like the Ghana police. They have no equipment, but somehow they manage to maintain law and order. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I admire them so much. There's so many Ghanaians that I admire. We have great, great people. So I'm trying to force the president to look at home and use the people at home. We have great engineers who can build machines. Mr. Tui, Engineer Tui, I've met him. Colonel Jackson, I have met him. John Asamoah, I gave him financial help so that he doesn't go outside of the country, because he wanted to move to Germany. This guy is an engineer with strategic brain. Okay? you got Mr. Wood, many other Ghanaians. They're there. The president should look home for the resources at home. You know, in America, there's a saying in the army: you gotta learn what you use. I mean, you gotta learn to use what you got, and you ain't gonna need what you ain't got. In our Ghanaian English, it means you should look at what God has given you to use, and then you will not need something from Obroni, because God gave Obroni less than He gave you. So God is very angry with us now because we're not using the brains He gave us. So we go to church every day. Yesu open you, hey, Yesu ompeo, Yesu opese unye. You use your brain. Do you understand? We got to use our brain. We got everything. Look, to eat, we have banchi, we have brodier, we have abro, we have potatoes, we have you name it, we have it.
All that, yeah.
So why? You go to the store, you see orange juice from England. They don't plant orange juice in England. They don't plant orange trees. We have orange trees here. Why is it that I can't buy orange juice in England made in Ghana? Everybody learns from somebody. The white man, he didn't have anything before. He was a savage, useless, living in caves. He went to Egypt to get his knowledge, and he improved on it. You understand? So any culture that's not dynamic, you become a savage. Okay? So don't mind them when they talk. It's because they're ignorant. We need to learn. You see, the Ghanaian who have been overseas, when he comes here, you see his life changes a little bit. You know that. Because he learns something. If I didn't leave Nima and go to America, would I be the way I am today? So we all learn from each other. It doesn't mean white man is superior or anything. Okay? There's something called common sense. That's the only thing we don't have here. And this is what I'm trying to bring to the people. With common sense, you can take care of yourself. Ghanaians, listen to what you have to go through to just bring you food. So I can't afford to do it. It's import customs duty. You have to pay VAT 12.5%. You have to pay special tax, import excise, inspection fee 1%, ECOWAS development charges. Why should I pay extra? ECOWAS is a useless organization. EDI levy, I have to pay interest charges, IRS tax 1%, shipping company charges, port handling charges, PBE charges, penalties, port charges $2.49 per metric ton. Stevedoring charges 6.12 per metric ton, SWR rent charges, shippers council charges, administrative charges, phytosanitary certificate charges, sundry expenses, service charges, documentation charges, transportation charges, legal fee charges, process fee charges, bank charges. Ghanaians, listen to this. Does this make sense to you people? And these people are supposed to be educated. Something is wrong. Your fate is in your own hands. God did not create us for somebody to come and take care of us. If God wanted somebody to take care of us, He wouldn't have given us all the things He has given us, Ghanaians. Any government that comes and tells you that we have development partners overseas and they're going to come and help us, your children in America, in England, in France, in Germany, they are there. You ask them whether Obroni or Maobribi free or nah, and yet Nukwari Wawana. If you say Munim say, if a young Ara, ye be young Ajuma, say yeah, ye be ye Mubroa for a long time. Do you understand that? So Ghanaians, look home, look to your God. We have great ancestors. We have Osei Tutu to imitate. Ya Santua, when the British were going to take the Ashanti stool, a woman, our mother, our great-great-grandmother, stood up and faced these white people, seized the stool, and was prepared to die for it. We have to emulate that. We must resist our leaders who thinks that we should be slaves to World Bank. We will resist.
I was speaking there to Kofi Wayo, who charges that African leaders hide their incompetence behind high-level but meaningless language. And that was in December 2001, 15 long years ago. My name is Philip Nyakbo, and for more on the good news and the bad news about Africa, subscribe free to the AfricanPod on YouTube. AfricanPod is also available on iTunes Podcast and TuneIn Radio, all free on the internet. Follow us on Twitter at AfricanPod. You can contact AfricanPod by going to our website, AfricanPod.com. Thank you for listening.